Welcome back to the Capitol Press Room. The new power-sharing agreement between the Senate Republicans and the Indy Democrats is in many ways unprecedented. And for some of us so used to the leadership-driven top-down approach that has been the status quo for decades, this new reality is hard to wrap our minds around. So I'm very pleased to welcome one of the architects of this new idea to the Capitol Press Room, Senate Majority Leader Dean Skelos. It's great to speak with you.
Hi, Susan.
Hi,
How are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
I had a very nice Thanksgiving, and it sounds like you have an early Christmas present coming your way.
Well, I believe that the people of the state have an early Christmas present with the understanding that we've developed with the IDC, Jeff Klein, our conference. We're going to continue to move the state forward. We've shown for the past 2 years how we've been able to work with Governor Cuomo on a bipartisan basis, find solutions to issues that people thought we couldn't solve, and too early budgets, cut spending, cut taxes, Medicaid reform. We've done a lot of great things, and Senator Klein and I intend to continue to do so.
The statement yesterday that you both issued said that the IDC would be an official Third Senate conference. So
right.
How is that different than what exists now?
Well, it would be formalized in the rules, and we're working through that right now, but they would be formally recognized within the rules of the Senate.
Will the new rules ensure that if legislation is supported by a majority of the members, that it's brought to the floor?
Jeff and I were working through the process on everything here, and what we've committed to each other is that there's no issue that we feel we can't resolve in a bipartisan, favorable way.
So, have there been promises made?
No.
Okay, so things like the IDC has been pretty explicit with its policy agenda, with minimum wage, campaign finance reform, DREAM Act. Some of these things are issues that haven't been a part of the Republican conference. Are you feeling or hearing anything from your longtime Republican conference members that they're unhappy about any of this?
No, I think the membership actually, if you look at the quotes yesterday in the release from leaders throughout the state, Senator Libous, Senator DeFrancisco, Senator Bonasek, Senator Maziarz, I think it was all very, very, and Senator Golden, all very positive in terms of how we're going to continue to move forward. Our relationship with the IDC began 2 years ago, so we're no strangers to working with each other. We've socialized together, and I believe there's a mutual respect for each other's opinions. And like we've had at times, differences with the governor, but we've worked our way through that, both Republicans and Democrats, to get good things done for the people of the state, and we're going to continue to do that.
So you're saying that this is not a shotgun marriage?
No. I think this is going to be a good marriage, a marriage of trust. And again, like I said, we've worked together, so it's not like it's something new. And we do have a mutual respect for each other, both professionally and personally.
I'd love to ask you about some logistics. For example, one of the most important positions is Secretary to the Senate. Will there be a new secretary?
Frank Patience, both Senator Klein and I have tremendous amount of respect for him. He's done a great job. Under his leadership as Secretary of the Senate, I think this is very important to point out. We've actually reduced spending in the Senate in one fiscal year by just about $11 million, while the regular Democrats, when they were in power, increased spending by about $18 million. So I know that both Senator Klein and I have tremendous respect for Frank because of the good job that he's done, and he treats all members with respect and staff with respect.
One of the most intriguing elements of this coalition is the idea of a rotating leadership position. Mm-hmm. Will the staff all rotate biweekly as well?
No, I think that the rotating is a recognition that this is a true coalition. and we rotate it so nobody can say gotcha or one's better than the other. But it's the cooperation in moving the legislative process forward that's going to be what people are looking for. And it's interesting, even in Siena poll that came out, I think, today, people indicated they don't care about parties. Election time is parties, but now they're concerned about bipartisanship, Republicans working with Democrats. They've been totally turned off to what's happening in Washington. But for 2 years, they saw with Governor Cuomo's leadership, Speaker Silver, the Senate Republicans, the IDC, that we came up with solutions to problems, early budgets, cut taxes, cut spending, mandate relief. We've done a lot of great things, property tax cap, a lot of great things that the people of this state appreciate.
It seems like so many things, people have the best intentions going in. Right. I'm going to ask you a question that, I don't. This might not happen, but what if, for example, one of your appointees on JCOPE resigns? Who would choose the replacement? Would it be?
I'd work that out with Senator Klein.
So it's not just a matter of who happens to be the Senate president that week. You'd be
we'll
communicating.
Work it out together. Yeah, I mean, the rotating makes it easier, so it's not like every day or whatever. But, Senator Klein, our two conferences, we are absolutely convinced that we can work out appointments, we can work out a lot of things in a very positive way. So
conflicts between the two groups, I'm sure there are going to be conflicts. There
are conflicts between, Republicans sometimes on issues. Obviously, there are tremendous conflicts between Democrats. But we're elected to solve those conflicts and come up with solutions. And I do believe we're going to be able to do that.
Okay, so just taking the marriage analogy another step, when there was a conflict several years ago, one of the spouses left, okay? There was a divorce. So is that you're comfortable basically engaging this coalition government, and you're sure that they're in it for the long haul, and you are too?
Yeah, I really do believe that. Senator Klein and I are absolutely committed to making this work. We believe that we'll be able to, we know we'll be able to work cooperatively with the governor, move the state forward. And again, that's what the good people of New York State are looking for, bipartisanship, and continue to control government spending, cut taxes, and empower the private sector to create jobs. Nothing's changed, and that's been the governor's position. We've done it. We've cut taxes, we've cut spending, and we're focused on job creation. And that's been our Republican conference, it's been the IDC's conference, and the governor.
So do we call this, we call the Indie Dems the IDC, but this is a new thing now. So it's the Senate Majority Coalition. Are you the SMC? I have to know.
We've seen all these great things. It's now Skelos and wonderful things. But you know what? New York State is, we're going to show the other parts of the country and the federal government that Republicans and Democrats can work together, bipartisanship can work, coalitions can work, and I think the public, the voter, is going to be very happy with the solutions that we come up with problems that exist in this state.
So it's officially Skelos then?
I guess so.
Okay. One more question.
Okay.
Basically, as you approach the issues and the agenda, has the Republican agenda changed at all, or is it still remaining exactly the same as it was with just the addition of more input?
No, well, the governor has his vision on how to move the state forward, and his vision in most instances has been absolutely correct. We've seen that the last 2 years. We've had differences, but we've resolved them. We have our vision on how to do it, but it doesn't mean that the differences can't be resolved. These are policy suggestions that at some point will make it work. And you know what? The number one issue in this next legislative session truly is going to be rebuilding New York after Hurricane Sandy. We have an opportunity to rebuild the entire state, the infrastructure of the state, mass transportation in the state, helping homeowners who have been displaced, economic development. There's a lot to do in this next legislative session that really is going to transcend partisan politics.
Have there been committee assignments made already?
No, we're discussing that, and I think it'll work out very positively.
And you're still Majority Leader Dean Skelos. Your title will remain Majority Leader Dean Skelos.
I'm conference. I think it's going to be conference chairman.
Chairman,
and he'll be IDC conference chairman, and president. The titles are nice, but accomplishments are more important.
Last question, I promise this time.
Okay.
The governor. Have you heard from him? Have you spoken with him? Any of your staff?
No, I haven't spoken to him about this issue. I'm sure at some point we will. But I know before the election, certainly during Sandy and after Sandy, his priority, my priority, has been helping those whose lives have been devastated here in the downstate area.
I want to thank you so much for joining us, and we really appreciate it. This is